Hi guys, welcome to my tutorial for Shotcut version 20.06.28. So that is the most current version as of July 9th, 2020, which is when I'm recording this video. This is just going to be a very basic introduction to Shotcut. So if you've never used the editing software before, if it's the first time you're trying to edit a video, and it can be a little overwhelming. So first of all, Shotcut is a free video editing software that's free for commercial and personal use, and in my opinion it's the best free video editing software I've used to edit my videos. It's very powerful, has lots of options, it's easy to use once you learn what you're doing, has a very good online community, forms an FAQ for questions, and it's quick when it edits video files. So let's go. When you open up Shotcut for the first time, you're probably going to see something like this here. So it might not be exactly like my screen, but it's going to be very similar. So the first thing you want to do is you want to open your video file that you're going to be editing. So you go to this open file button up here, and I'm just going to use a Dead by Daylight clip to kind of serve as our base file for this tutorial. So I'm going to open that. I'm going to go ahead and mute the sound for this video so we don't have that playing in the background. So as soon as you upload, as soon as you put it into Shotcut, you're going to have it start to autoplay. So first thing we want to do is we want to take this video and we want to drag it down here to this empty area down here. You want to make sure this is set to timeline and not keyframes. I always use timeline. I think it's easier to use, so I'm going to be referring to all the stuff on the timeline rather than the keyframe section. So one good thing about Shotcut is every little icon has tooltips. So if you hover over it, you can see what kind of a good description of what it's going to do. So this little magnet toggles snapping. So if you have two different files and two different tracks, it'll make it so they line up more easily. So I always make sure that's on. So you have your file down here. Top part is the video, bottom part is the audio. This is our video track 1 over here. So if you right click on this section down here, you can see you can add audio tracks and add video tracks. That's going to be the two things we're focusing on. So say you want to add a background audio track like I'll be doing for this video. You can click add audio track, and that creates an empty audio track underneath your video track that you can insert different music, sound effects to play either over your current audio, or you can take audio out of this video track and fill in gaps. So that audio track, it's usually a good idea to have your one video track and one audio track at least when you are editing. So say you would want to do a intro to your videos. A lot of YouTubers use intros. You can easily slide this file up and down the timeline. So I'm going to slide mine about 5 seconds down, and it'll stay right there. We can go ahead and open another file. I'm going to head over to my intro. And then again, we just click from here. We insert it into our timeline. And then if you'll watch, as I get close to it, it's going to auto snap. That's that snapping feature. That's why it's so handy. It makes it so you don't have to be so precise with your editing. So, and now if you click on our beginning of our timeline, we play the video. You can see we go from my channel intro, smooth transition into our clip. So next thing I want to look at is filters. Filters are a handy section where a lot of the common things you would want to do to your video are available. So say for example, you would want to make it so that the clip fades in from black when the video starts. There's a little favorite section with all of the most commonly used options. You can just click fade in video. And now when we play our selection, we fade in from black at the beginning of the clip. Same thing with fade out video. It'll fade out at the end. You also have things like gain and volume, which is useful for your audio tracks. So if we go ahead and add a audio track to our audio underneath, we can click on that and tell it that we want to lower the level of volume so that it is less than the volume of the audio, the video that we're playing. And you can actually, another cool thing about Shotcut is almost all of these filters have presets that you can save. So like I have one already saved for background. So I just pop in a clip, hit background, and I know it's set to the volume that I'd like to be heard in the background, like still be heard kind of under what I'm saying or under the audio from the game without it being too overbearing. So that is a pretty simplistic look at the basic features of Shotcut. After you would insert your intro, you make the edits to the clip that you want, you add your background audio, maybe you want to add an outro. Same thing, we're going to go to our files, we're going to open our outro, and we are going to drag and drop to the end of the timeline. So now we have an intro, a fade in, our main clip for the video, and then our outro, all on one video file. So something else that you might want to do with editing is actual edits. So say there's something in your clip that you want to edit out. Shotcut makes this pretty easy to do. You're going to find the part in your clip that you want to edit. So usually you would want sound on for this. You can kind of hear the audio syncing up. You find the part you want to edit, and you put this white, I believe it is called playhead, at the spot that you want to edit. You want to start the edit at. So say I want to start the edit right here. I'm going to right click on the bar and I'm going to hit split at playhead. That makes a split in the video file. So if you play it, you're not going to notice anything. But that tells Shotcut that, hey, we want to do something with this material. So say I want to cut out from, say, 15 seconds to 20 seconds. I'm going to click right here at 20. I'm going to click split at playhead. That's a separate portion now. I can click here and hit remove, and it automatically snaps to fill in that gap. So now if we watch our video file, we're going to jump from that 15-second mark to that 20-second mark. So we created a clean edit there. And again, you can, these are now separate video files, so you can use those transitions to fade in and out from black or whatever you'd like to do to kind of smooth that out so it's not just a jump cut. But that pretty much covers the basics for Shotcut editing. And from here, all you would do is you would hit export up here. You have a bunch of preset kind of selections. I always just go YouTube and then export file. That'll open up an option for you to save. You select your file name, save, hit export. You'll see an export function open up over here. Depending on the length of your file, it could take anywhere from under a minute to half an hour, depending on how many edits you have, how many different things you have, and the length of the video file you're making. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the basics. I want to thank Liam, XM Liam MX on YouTube. He kind of recommended that I do this. Anybody who would like, if you find this helpful and you'd like to see something in particular, like a different function of Shotcut explained, or more advanced editing techniques, if there's something specifically that you want a video tutorial on, just let me know in the comments. I hope you do find this helpful. I know when I was starting out with Shotcut, I just had to kind of mess around and get a feel for the software before I kind of knew what I was doing, so it would be nice to have a tutorial available for people who are just starting out with editing. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you do want to see more or something specifically. This isn't the content that I typically make. I make gaming videos most of the time, but I will definitely make more of these if people want them. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys back in the next tutorial, or if you decide to stick around the next video. But thanks so much for watching. Bye.